Leo.
Hello Leo, this is your May forecast for 2013 and we have a big month for you in the career field. Now last month you were working through issues of, I won't say trust, but faith. You know, the ninth house planets always kind of reach for what we believe in, what we can trust, what we can't trust, and shifting our perspectives of our dogmas. What might have always rang true for us may no longer ring true. And I think that can liberate very many Leos, including you. Now is that shift. And let me just tell you though, since you have Uranus there in the ninth house, some of these truths might have been very shocking to you, but liberating so. So good for you. Now as we're moving in here, on the very top of the month here, May 1st, we have Mercury now moving into your 10th house of career. It has been working here in all of April through your 9th house, thinking and overthinking and busying yourself with how can certain things be the way they are because you're seeing a new light. But that is now going to shift as you kind of close off on April into May. You're going to come back to the world and start looking down this path here that has to do with career. And I see how your mind is going to be ticking in on how can you now start achieving these very important things. Now, already at the end of April, if you listen to the April forecast, you would have heard that there was several planets now moving through this career house. The Sun, Venus, and Mars is already in there, and they have been already pulling the engines going. But now Mercury, which has been a little delayed due to that it was retrograde there in March, it's now catching up, finally catching up with the Sun and the crowd. So now Mercury can come into the think tank and start placing things together of how you can financially now start growing your business. That is, if you are an entrepreneur and self-employed. I see great new scopes and ideas coming in as Mercury will join with Mars and Venus there. And it's in the sign of Taurus, you know, your 10th house. So Taurus is all about money, it's about security, and not just implementing new things, but implementing it in the right way that will give returns. So you Leos have a very well-developed eye on return on investments. That's what I wanted to say. With Mars there, I see that you have the drive, you have the ambition, you have the get-go now to really, you know, push ahead. And the same thing goes with Venus. Venus is home here in your 10th house because it is the ruler of Taurus, of your 10th house. So yes, I'm seeing how these things now finally they're crystallizing, they're coming together. You're on the right path, you're doing the right things, Leo. I want you to trust that because your intuition is growing, you know, day by day, week and month by month, as you now have Neptune in Pisces and you also have Uranus in Aries. So these two kind of psychic planets, they're hitting off, they're triggering your synapses here, opening up these higher chakras, and some of you are actually channeling a lot of your visions, you know, of what you're seeing. You're taking it from here, bringing it out here, and good for you. This is the time of the year for you to actually push forward in your career field. Now, the Sun and Venus, Mercury, they go through here once a year, okay, at this time, around this time. May is always a great time for you and career. But Mars is with you. And Mars will only come around to this sector once every other year. So it's going to be 2 years from now. So whatever it is you do now is actually what is going to fuel the engines until he comes back around then in 2015. Jupiter is in your 11th house for groups and organizations. People and places now are really open to what you have to say. I see this communication of Mercury bringing to the forefront what it is you believe in, what it is you foresee, what you know you can bring to the table to benefit these groups, to benefit these people around you, what you can bring to the table in your career that can actually bring a lot of light, and I'd like to say a lot of light and love. You're all about the heart, Leo. And Venus is there though, and it's stimulating this heart energy of the passion of your convictions of what you know you can bring to humanity at this point. Saturn at the root of your chart, at the base of your chart, yes, many of you are now starting to feel more settled, more grounded, more rooted, and that is important to you because it's hard for you to think up here and be in the career field when your roots are shaking, right? Or unsettled. This is where Saturn now is, and it's giving you that feeling of finally coming home, finally finding that foundation. It hasn't been here for 29 years, last 30 years. And here it is now. You have this new start, this new beginning, and you're making sure it's working for you. You're not going to settle for anything less. So here on the 3rd, listen to your thoughts that connect with vision and future, because Mercury and Neptune are going to come in and open some aspect of dreaming, okay? Daydreaming or dreaming a vision of, and this being in your 10th house of career, I see that this is something that can behoove you in the career field in times to come, weeks, months, even years down the road. So don't, what should I say? Don't doubt it. There's a little doubt coming in because that Mercury is opposing Saturn, and you're thinking, well, how do I do that? I don't have the funds. I don't have, the resources. So how can I get this grand dream out there? Don't think about resources. That's a different category altogether. Don't limit yourself. Saturn can be tricky. It can limit you. And when your thoughts are focused here in your dream, Saturn can come in with realism. But that realism is only here today. Who says that that dream can't happen down the road? So you keep dreaming, Leo. Keep it open and expansive there, because that Saturn is going to come in and secure it later on. And once you get beyond the doubtfulness that you can ever complete this, if it is due to lack of funds, whatever the deal is, whatever the limitation is for you, once you understand that it doesn't have to happen today or tomorrow, that you don't even have to know how it's going to fix itself, but when you just trust it, and this is where Uranus and Neptune is helping you now, in the faith house, well, then watch here for the 5th and 6th, how Mars is going to kick in with Pluto. Mars being your drive and ambition, okay, in the 10th house for career. Pluto, the point of transformation. Pluto is also your own inner strength, which is 10 times stronger than your Mars. So imagine these two kind of coming in together. So it's you trusting your ability that you can pull off anything that you foresee. If you can't visualize it, it can't happen. But if you can visualize something, it can definitely happen. So I see this sense of celebration, this overcoming, this mercurial thought process of stomping yourself, cutting your own wings, with doubt. It's like, let those wings come out, and celebrate it, that you are the magician of your own life. You can grow as far as you want. And this Pluto coming in is supporting it, saying that, whatever it is you put out there as an affirmation in your life, you can transform it. You visualize it, then you let it go. You don't have to worry where those resources are going to come from right now, because once it's out in the universe, it's going to resonate. And by the law of attraction, everything is magnetic. You will draw towards you, all in due time. All you need to do is trust and let that go. So you're going to feel it. You're not just going to think it. You're going to feel it. And I think it's through this dynamic energy of feeling the heart, feeling the conviction of the mind. This is what's going to come together and not just empower you here and now, Leo, on the 5th and 6th, and thinking, oh, wow, what a great day. I had a breakthrough. No, no, no. This breakthrough, whatever this is coming together and crystallizing here in your mind, you're rewiring your own onboard biocomputer, okay? You're upgrading it. You're getting this supersonic, speed of thought, how information will travel through your mind, and how you'll see how things connect on the super highway of the universe coming together. It's really unique. I really would like to hear from you in your comments down below what's taking place for you here at 5th, 6th, and 7th. And then you might need a couple of days just to even kind of like assimilate just what happened here. Okay? But it's dynamic because on the 7th, here comes Mercury and Mars. Now Mars was just activated by this Pluto. And Mercury is now there, and you know, it was active and a participant in this. But now it's like you're looking at this because it's sextiling Chiron. Chiron is the healer, you know, it's the wounded healer. And it's going to trigger something in you. Some pain in your pain body. And when that comes, I think you might get a little emotional over this. Because suddenly this awareness that has come in that, yes, you are this powerful. Who told you you weren't? Okay? You bought into it, you believed it, and you lived it. So this Chiron is coming with this awareness of, oh my God, wasted time. Who said that I couldn't be all these things? So Chiron here, through Mercury and Mars, is together going to start weeding out that pain, that hurt from the past. And as you throw it out, you will allow your chakras to open up, your heart chakra to open up, which will heal the other chakras as well. And, you know, this is what forgiveness is about. Because when we forgive, we let go, you know, of bitterness, of where we felt we were shortcut in life, and where we were taken from what we were allowed to or were supposed to be allowed to experience. But now that it's coming, no matter whether you're 20 now, you're 40, or you're 60, doesn't matter what time this comes to, when this healing comes, this healing is like, it's so instantaneous when you are aware that it will just seep through that whole spiritual consciousness that you have, and it will leak through your energy fields. And it will allow you to open up and take in so much more. And the beauty is that just around the same time here, Venus is going to move into your 9th house, which is communication. But for you in the 11th house of your hopes and dreams, that Venus is going to, like a flower opening up, it's going to absorb all the sunlight of this healing. And I hear you communicating it, because it's Gemini, wants to talk, wants to share, wants to show the world that, oh my God, I just had this unique experience, this point of epiphany. And that's good, share that with people, because we all need to hear those things. And it's accompanied by the new moon this month, May 9th, and it's coming in right just as this is happening, when everything is so fresh. And that new moon is you opening up here to those things that you want to reach for in your life. It's the 10th house, so it's not just career, which it also is, but it's also those accomplishments, the 10th house that we reach for, that we will be seen, that we've been working for, okay, throughout our life. The 10th house shows that. And it's going to be apparent to people around you how you're transforming. So this new moon couldn't be better. Yes, it could, because it's an eclipse, a new moon eclipse. So it's even more powerful that you are coming into your own in so many ways, with having the new moon, Venus, Mars, Sun, and Mercury in this area of accomplishment on top of your chart. Is like, oh my goodness, Leo, this is better than, I won't even go there. But this is like everything you could ever imagine. And sure, you can see this in the career field. But I'm feeling that this month is so much more of your own inner career. You growing your own consciousness. So you'll see what it will pan out to be for you individually. And then pay attention to the 18th. We got a fabulous Venus and Uranus sextile. Venus, things that we love, the people we love. It also rules money and all those things that are of value. Coming in here with a big, huge, humongous surprise on the 18th, unexpectedly. For you, Venus will then have moved into your 11th house, and Uranus is in the 9th house. So somehow, some way, you might get some information or some surprise either from a foreign country, the 9th house, or foreign people, or it might also come from education for those of you who are studying, perhaps. You might get something from your colleges, universities. It might be the return on your tests that you've been taking. Whatever it is, only you will know when you get there. So pay attention to the 18th. Then we have the 28th, another big, beautiful surprise this month, because now Venus, having had the sextile with Uranus, is now going to be conjunct Jupiter. Jupiter is also surprises and abundance and joy and expansion. It's coming from the 11th house. Both of them will be there. So it ties in with your hopes and dreams and ties in with friendships. There might be a huge celebration on this day, great day to get married if you ask me, or attend to somebody's wedding. It could also just be you actually tying the knot with some group that will bring you in, you know, where you can expand from it. But love should be great here for you in May, especially with Venus here, you know, passing your Jupiter. Who could complain? And then we end the month here when Mercury is going to move into your 12th house. So you've been thinking a whole lot this last half a year from the beginning of January. It's going to take a little rest, and it's just going to, what should I say? It's just going to move into its waters, okay? Because it's in the house of Pisces and it's in the sign of Cancer. So it's double water. I feel it's like moving into the womb. You've been thinking so much and maybe overthinking that your mind has been stressed. And Mercury just wants to lay in the womb, okay? Just to feel the cuddle of the warmth of just knowing without stressing or doubting or anything. It just wants to be. Okay, so you'll feel that shift there on the 30th as you move into June. We'll talk more about that next month. And then we also see that Mars is changing signs also on the 30th, and it will be moving into Gemini, out of your career house into this very same area that we've been speaking about with hopes and dreams and organizations. You might see how that is going to pick up a whole lot of speed. You might see that you're going to have a lot of meetings and being very busy in June, but that's all about next month's chart. So do subscribe so you get it into your inbox, and listen to your rising sign and your moon sign to get a little bit more insight. Nice talking to you as always, Leo, and I will see you next month. Bye now.